10 minutes all about American Express on today's Milenomics Shortcut. All right, Robert, we are trying a new format here. Some have said we may talk too much, and so we are trying to rein that in to just 10 minutes all about American Express.
I better get right into it because the clock is ticking. Item number 1, let's talk about card limits. How many cards can you have with Amex at a time? You can have 4 credit cards and 10 charge cards is my understanding. Now, this includes personal and business cards, but it does not include cards that you are an authorized user on. Those are the card limits with Amex.
Let's get to the next topic here, Robert. Universal referral. I just want to say, you literally put this on the map. You wrote the blog post on it, the definitive blog post on it that we have here in the show notes, almost 2 years ago now.
Can't believe it's been around that long. That is a great thing to look up in a post. We've gotten a lot of people saying that was helpful. Let's get into what is the universal referral. I'm glad you do the short straw and have to look at this one.
But why we call it universal referrals are that you can go to americanexpress.com/refer and you can refer a player to or a friend or a family member for pretty much any American Express card off of your American Express card. So you don't have to hold the card. And the person you're referring can get into business and personal cards. And if they're approved, you'll receive points. So that's a really quick overview of it. But an example would be, let's say you hold a membership reward earning card, like a green card, a gold card, a platinum card, and it's a personal card. You might have the ability to refer for 15, 20, 25, maybe 30,000 membership reward points. You will get when the person you refer is approved for that card. And so that's up to a cap each year. The cap is a yearly cap, and you can receive a 1099 if you go over a certain amount of referrals. But it's one of the only programs that I can think of which you can refer to any card pretty much in their portfolio without even holding the card, Robert. One thing to take note of is that sometimes your referral offer is not the best offer out there, especially with friends and family. It makes it difficult. Does make it difficult, but it's a very lucrative way to earn a ton of membership reward points. And when you tie it in with this next one, Robert, just fantastic, right?
Yeah, and I think what's worth mentioning is always to avoid self-referral. Some people got in trouble for that early on. You would actually be able to get the bonus for referring yourself for a card that you maybe even already had. And they started clawing that back after a while. So I think a common way to do this is spousal referral or in-house referral. And that seems to be fine, which is really convenient because you don't actually have to be a person who's out there constantly pushing strange referral links to your friends in real life. So keep it in-house if you can. That's nice. But this 3-for-all promo that just came out last week is pretty amazing. Not only do you get that referral bonus, not only does your friend get a very good welcome bonus in a lot of cases, but you get 3 additional points for the next 3 months after a qualifying referral. So just a fantastic opportunity. You think about that. You take a personal platinum card, personal green card, anything. It's earning 4 membership rewards everywhere, which is just unprecedented for the next 3 months. Yeah. And then you take a card like the personal gold that gets 4x at grocery stores. Now it's earning 7x at grocery stores. So it's only on the personal cards that we're seeing this at the moment. Something that just popped up last week, but just a fantastic opportunity for referrals. We're all referral agents now. We're all affiliate bloggers, and you can do it completely in-house without being an annoying person to your friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk a little bit more here about the random number generator.
All right, I'll take this next one here. Offers vary with Amex, and I don't mean just in general that they change seasonally whenever they have the whim to change the offer. You can see a different offer in 2 different browsers, depending on your VPN, depending on whether you're mobile or desktop. Some people refer to this as going incognito. I don't think you necessarily need to go incognito to see a different offer. You might just refresh the page and see a different offer with Amex. We sometimes call this the random number generator, but what's really important is to know what the current best rates are for the card and historically what the rates are for that card, for that welcome bonus, because as we'll talk about later, it's typically 1 sign-up bonus per product per person lifetime. So you really want to catch things at an all-time high. So keep that in mind and compare notes with other people. Try to combine what you were just talking about there with a referral with a high offer locally and historically to maximize your sign-up bonus with American Express.
Complicated system, but very valuable. Let's talk about once you've earned those points, what you can do with them. Points earned that are membership reward points are transferable to a host of airline and even some hotel partners. But for the majority of us, there are only a few that might make sense. And some of the ones that we really like are Aeroplan, You can transfer to Delta. You can also earn Delta miles on a co-branded Delta card. So depending on your use case, you may want to transfer to foreign carriers or domestic carriers, and we talk a lot about that on the blog and on the podcast, taking advantage of the transferability of membership rewards to transfer them to a program and book the same seat on the same flight for less than you would pay in a different program. And so they are a tool that we can use to travel more and really get as much value out of them as we can.
Chase, I think, is a little bit more user-friendly, meaning, they've got the Southwest, they've got Hyatt, they've got United. With Amex, you're talking about using Aeroplan there.
Motley crew, yeah.
Yeah, like Aeroplan. I don't want to fly on Aeroplan. It gets into that idea of partner redemptions and things like that. But if you don't want to get into that complexity, there's a couple of notable redemptions I want to call out here. One is if you have a Schwab Personal Platinum card, an Amex co-branded card with a Schwab brokerage account. You need to open up a Schwab brokerage account, and then you can open up a Schwab Platinum card. It has a 60,000 membership reward welcome bonus. But that enables you to cash out your membership rewards at a value of 1.25 cents a piece, which is phenomenal. And worth pointing out, too, a difference versus Chase, whereas with Chase, you can just cash out for a penny a piece. Not possible with Amex. You need to do something like the Schwab card. So you get more upside, and it's a cash out into the brokerage account, but it takes an additional step. You need to have that right card to enable that type of high value cash out. A second redemption to call out is with the Business Platinum. You can get 1.5 cents a piece towards airfare redemptions with the Business Platinum, and that is a really nice valuation. And it kind of flattens, I think, for me domestically, looking at a lot of award availability. I rarely get more than 1.5 cents a piece of value when I redeem that way, and you earn miles for the flights when you book through Amex this way. So I almost think maybe the Schwab and the Business Platinum are cards that you might want to get last. Meaning not because they're not good cards, but because they are things that you can do to unlock value on the redemption side. So different than Chase in that respect, but I think a couple of distinct attributes of the Amex program that really, really unlock easy redemptions.
I like it, Robert. Stuff the trunk and then unlock it, right? Yeah. Okay, I'll take this next one. It's real quick, but you can pair it with that 1.5 cents towards airfare with the Business Platinum. It's American Express Insider Fares. Somehow, American Express can often find discounted rates on flights that no one else has. So we're talking about discounts of 5 to 10%, maybe a little higher than that. But when you think you're redeeming for 1.5 cents and getting the best price you could ever possibly get on that flight, it's a great way to get an even bigger value out of your points. Robert, how about this lifetime language? You teased it. Let's go for it.
Yeah, with Chase, we have the famous 524 rule. With Amex, a few years back, they said, hey, we're giving you one sign-up bonus per product, per person lifetime. And it's like, oh, game over. Well, it's game over with Amex. Well, it's not game over at all. There are so many ways to skirt lifetime restrictions with Amex. I'll go over a few of them here. You can get targeted Delta offers. Even if you've had the cards before, sometimes you're targeted to get the Delta cards again. And there are 3 flavors of them, and you get them in personal and business, and maybe your spouse can as well. So when that comes around, that's fantastic. That's been reliably recurring. That's a really good deal. Targeted links. You'll see these random targeted links pop out that just happen to skirt lifetime language. Sometimes they are live for 2 or 3 days, and sometimes they stay around for longer. So always keep an eye out for that. There's rumors of 7-year forgetfulness with Amex. Just like a bankruptcy, after 7 years, it seems that maybe they forget. And there are also opportunities. We were just talking with a guest that we'll have on the show next week about cards that he got just 2 years ago that he got the welcome bonus for again. So oftentimes when a card is redesigned in any way, if they touch it at all, it seems to enable re-getting the sign-up bonus for things, which is just amazing. So take that all in consideration. And there is no such thing as really, truly a hard line in terms of lifetime language with Amex.
Real quick one here. There are no internal transfers with membership reward points. So spousal transfers not allowed, household transfers not allowed. And it makes it a little bit difficult to keep your accounts roughly at the same level and to get things transferred to where they need to go. So it's something to be aware of.
You can have multiple of the same Amex card. And you say, well, why would I want 2 of the same card? Well, sometimes there are links out there that'll enable you to get the sign-up bonus again. Sometimes there's caps on a card in terms of how they reward spend at $25,000, $50,000 a year. Absolutely possible to have 2, 3, or more of the same card with Amex, and that's something that you can't say about all banks.
A couple of reasons here we're going to close the show out to have multiples of the same card. One is an upgrade offer. Sometimes you get an offer to upgrade your card. So you may already have had the sign-up bonus for a card. Sometimes it's actually equivalent to the current sign-up bonus. And they'll say if you upgrade to that new card, that higher-end card, will give you these points if you hit this spend in this amount of time. So it definitely pays to have more than one card in many ways. You want to take another one here, Robert?
The pay over time bonus. These seem to be not as common as they were before, but usually a few months, or it may sometimes even longer, you get an offer that says, hey, we'll give you 10,000 membership rewards if you convert this charge card into a card that you can maybe sometimes pay over time if you need to. And not that you ever have to do that, but who doesn't want 10,000 membership rewards? So watch for that on your cards. Look for links out there that enable that. That's a really nice thing when that comes around. Just still 10,000 miles for no reason.
And the very last thing we want to cover here today, Robert, retention offers.
Oh, yeah.
You can get a retention offer from American Express that is better than a sign-up bonus from another bank. And it's basically you agreeing to keep the card for another year. And when you look at all of the benefits that we've just covered and how stacked these cards can be, a lot of times paying the annual fee is the best thing you could do on an American Express card because it unlocks so much opportunity over the next 12 months. But it's cautionary tale too, because if you take a retention bonus, you need to keep the card for a full 12 months, or you'll be put in the dreaded American Express penalty boxes.
Oh, we didn't even get in that.
We didn't even get into because we're not going to get put in them, Robert, right?
Follow the rules, you stay in the good terms. Really nice that you can do that retention offer via chat right now.
It is great, isn't it? So that's 10 minutes on American Express. I hope we made it. Robert, let's close out.
All right. Thanks for joining us this week. For a more in-depth discussion about points and miles, visit us at patreon.com/milenomics. There you'll get a special link to listen to additional content right in your mobile podcast app or on your computer, where we speak more freely about topics like these.
As always, you can reach us on Twitter. I'm at Milenomics and Robert's at Robert Dwyer. We'd love to hear from you. Until then, we'll see you on the site.